With things finally settling down, people are now returning to one of their favorite pastimes, traveling. And if you're still doubting if you can travel on a tight budget, then today's episode is for you. For the people in the audience who wish to travel, now is your chance because we'll be sharing with you a list of the best places to travel on a budget. So keep on watching to know more. First up is Washington, D.C. If you're living in North America and want to start your travel somewhere close by, then we suggest you try seeing Washington, D.C. It's not only the most affordable place to visit, but it also offers a ton of attractions and activities that you'll surely enjoy. DC has 3 airports nearby, which alone gives you 3 choices to track down the best costs on boarding passes. Assuming you are anticipating going on the East Bank of the United States and are anticipating leasing a vehicle, that will open up a lot more modest flight choices. New York to DC is just 4 hours away. Remaining in Washington, D.C. is reasonable, however, assuming you like to remain beyond the city, the metro system is an incredible asset. The metro system is exceptionally famous and safe. Most government workers and travels use it constantly. It's additionally home to 3 famous exhibition halls, specifically the Air and Space Museum, the Art Museum, and the Natural History Museum. Next, we have Hoi An, Vietnam. If you're into Asian cuisine and culture, then you can try visiting Hoi An in Vietnam, since it's one of the cheapest places to visit in Southeast Asia. As a tourist spot with seashores, the old town of Hoi An is recorded as a UNESCO heritage site, as well as its dazzling open country. It's likewise probably the least expensive spot with tasty road food that can hamper you under $1 for a wonderful bowl of mi quang or pho. Yet you should know where to proceed to have some movement smarts. Never acknowledge the main cost in Hoi An. Cafe suppers will set you back somewhat more, yet on the off chance that you go to the ideal locations and keep away from the shams, a decent feast will in any case be under $5. A lager is around $1, however, assuming your valiant attempt at the new brew, it costs just pennies. Hoi An is little and you can undoubtedly get around by walking or leasing a bike for vertically $1 every day. For ventures further away from home, cabs or Ubers are modest. Now on to Lombok, Indonesia. Another tropical holiday destination you ought to visit is the lovely island of Lombok in Indonesia. It offers cascades amidst a wilderness, swimming, plunging, climbing Mount Rinjani, and surprisingly, a functioning fountain of liquid magma. At the point when you're finished with your experiences, stop at Air Kalak Hot Springs to partake in its restorative properties. Lombok Island is located by the Lombok Waterway from Bali Island in the west and by Alas Waterway in the east from Sumbawa Island. North Lombok is where you can leave on the extraordinary climb to Mount Rinjani and wait until dusk at Gili's delightful seashores. There's also Gili Trawangan or Gili Tea, where explorers rush to partake in a laid-back climate during light yet ultimately depend on appreciating twilight gatherings the entire night by the ocean side. You can likewise participate in an extraordinary scuba plunge and circle the island on a bike to get the most amazing nightfall. Focal Lombok is where the wonderful seashores are arranged. Kuta Beach, Tanjung An, and Mawon Beach are only a couple of the rundowns. Try not to pass up a great opportunity or possibly look out for any way to improve your wave riding abilities in the awe-inspiring Selong Balanak Beach, or clear a path to Marisi Hill and partake in the view. Up next, we have Costa Rica. Then we continue to the rainforested grounds of Costa Rica in Central America. It's likewise perhaps the most reasonable and fun spot to visit, whether you're an independent voyager or with loved ones, since it incorporates numerous normal attractions which incorporate tropical jungles, volcanoes, and seashores. Costa Rica has in short order formed into the most famous spending plan objective to visit in Central America. Likewise, the nation has an advanced foundation and a wide scope of traveler offices, making it simple to find all that you want while you're there. You can journey to one of its numerous cascades or go on a climb and camp following right after it. Given Costa Rica's capacity to be capable of lasting through the year, voyagers can partake in plenty of exercises including surfing, swimming, kayaking, and stand-up paddleboarding. And now for Bohol, Philippines. The island territory of Bohol is unquestionably one of the top spots worth visiting in the Philippines. While it is home to the amazingly popular Chocolate Hills and beautiful tarsiers, going here is as yet less expensive, contrasted with other similarly interesting locations. So it's modest as well as agreeable also, which is a benefit particularly for the individuals who look for a casual visit. Convenience costs range from very modest to extravagant, so individuals have a wide scope of choices. You might score an air-conditioned Airbnb with your own washroom and kitchen at the cost of an essential fan room in different spots. There are a lot of financial plan cafes where you can have a full feast for several bucks. Bohol is additionally an incredible island jumping objective in the Philippines. It includes dolphin watching, swimming in the lovely marine asylum of Balikasag Islands, and visiting the shoal of Virgin Island. Next on the list is Valencia, Valencia, Spain. The next city you need to visit when you're on a tight budget is Valencia in Spain, where the Turia River meets the Mediterranean Sea. Although it's not as cheap as the aforementioned Southeast Asian nations, Valencia is still comparatively cheap if you line it up against the popular tourist spots in Europe, Canada, or Switzerland. There are multiple ways of getting to Valencia. Depending on where you're coming from, you might fly, take a train, or even catch an extremely modest and agreeable transport from another European country. When you show up, the primary thing you want to do is meander through the city on the winding cobblestone roads. You can stop at the Plaza de la Virgen, Plaza de la Reina, and Plaza Redonda, and don't forget to see the 13th century Valencia Cathedral, which is home of the Holy Grail. No visit to Valencia is finished without going to the ocean side. Stop at Mercadona or the supermarket, get a jug of wine, a few servings of mixed greens, and different bread shop things for under 10 euros, and go through the early evening time loosening up on the sand. Valencia additionally has popular gardens and stops for you to visit. These are only a couple of the many free activities in Valencia. You should likewise visit the mind-blowing City of Arts and Sciences. Moving on now to Mérida, Mexico. Continuing with the list, you also need to go to Mérida in Mexico to experience its colorful and diverse culture. Mérida is the biggest sitio in Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula and is situated around 3.5 hours west of Cancun, which makes it a famous option in contrast to the more costly seaside objections. You can get one of Mexico's dependable ADO transports from Cancun and it will take you to Mérida at a truly sensible cost. After showing up, you'll find that nearly all that in this rambling provincial city is modest. As for the food, try to stroll essentially a couple of blocks beyond the focal square to track down the least expensive and most genuine choices. Assuming you like spending plan exercises, there are various galleries all through Mérida that can be gotten to either for nothing or at a minuscule expense. Also, there are free occasions that occur pretty much each night in the city's focal square. They range from live melodic exhibitions to sound and light shows that feature Mérida's set of experiences. Next up is La Paz, Bolivia. Another South American destination you should see if you're on a tight budget is the beautiful city of La Paz in Bolivia. In the administrative capital of Bolivia, you can partake in an entire host of encounters with next to zero expense. For instance, essentially walking the witches' business sectors is a significant evening. Moreover, the strolling voyages through the city will set you back something like what you are glad to contribute in tips. Lately, the city has introduced the most noteworthy trolleys on the planet. With a city of right around 1 million individuals, traffic was horrible. Presently, La Paz is associated with streetcars of an assortment of varieties. And finally, we have Madeira. Lastly, one more unexpected yet invaluable treasure you ought to visit is Madeira, which is essential for the Macaronesia archipelago and is situated in the Atlantic Ocean, off the bank of Africa. On account of its astonishing environment, it is in many cases called the Island of Everlasting Spring. The principal attractions are for the most part connected with nature. Cabo Guirao Skywalk, climb to Pico Revo, or the astonishing Ponte de São Lourenço is all free. Best deals can be tracked down beyond Funchal, the capital of Madeira, and during the low season, which is in November and February. Try not to stress over the climate. It's never colder than 18 degrees Celsius. And with that, we're wrapping today's episode about the best places to travel on a budget this 2022. Have you chosen where you'll be spending your next vacation yet? Hopefully this list helped in making your itinerary. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel with the notification bell on for more videos like these. And we'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching.